Think of what you could do with instant access to startup data. You can discover where the best opportunities lie and get rich insight on what and who best to back. But how do we find these startups? Let's walk through a search for a specific startup together. Let's look up Zifo, which is a startup based in Bangalore, India. Zifo will be displayed on the startup listing page. But say you don't know the exact name of a startup and you want to look for an early-stage startup, either in seed or Series A stage. You can select multiple stages to see more stages and deselect to focus on only one stage. Let's refine our search further to look for startups that have received between $2 million and $6 million in funding and have a benchmark valuation between $20 million and $160 million. The benchmark valuation is the current valuation of the startup today. We can toggle the benchmark valuation slider to narrow down our search to between $20 million and $160 million. To compare this to the growth trajectory, you can toggle the last valuation slider, which is the startup's valuation based on its last funding round. You can also search by the Oddup score. The Oddup score is the health barometer of a startup. The closer the score is to 100, the more likely Oddup deems this startup successful. So let's further filter our search so that we only see the startups with an Oddup score between 60 to 70. You'll see that search results are instantly displayed, making our data seamlessly delivered to you in an easy and intuitive way. Only Oddup displays what startups to buy into, hold onto, or sell out of. Much like the public markets, there are invaluable nuggets to consider. To see Oddup opinions, you can select the Buy, Hold, or Sell buttons. To only see the startups Oddup thinks are worth buying into, deselect the Sell button. These views are based on the Oddup score and growth trajectory in terms of scalability, market traction, and valuation. Exits are a great way to search if you are looking to discover more about an ecosystem, industry, or investor. You'll find out which startups have the greatest potential for upside growth and which investors are more likely to do follow-on rounds. Regardless of whether you are an investor looking for the next business poised to take off in the market or whether you are a founder wanting to check out the competition, we have a simple yet effective way for discovery. In addition to rating startups, Oddup also rates investors. As a founder, you can use the Oddup Investor Search to identify the right potential investors. The Oddup score for investors indicates the success, relevance, and the potential value the investor may have to you. Use the Oddup score toggle on this panel to identify which investors may be of benefit to your startup. You can refine your search to find investors who have primarily invested in startups in early fundraising stages such as the seed or Series A rounds. We have also captured data on startups that have progressed beyond Series B rounds. Further filters under the Portfolio section narrow down the list of potential investors by specifying the number of startups they have invested in or exited from. Toggling the average investment amount will tell you what the typical investment sizes of these investors are. Then, select any of the investors in the highlighted list and get complete investor insights. Features such as the latest investment and co-investors will indicate investor activity. You can click on the Portfolio tab to look at the startups that are a part of the investor's portfolio and the details of each investment. This way, you'll find out which investors are interested in your sector and ecosystem, and also learn if you could potentially fall into their investment plans.